Hello everybody, my name's Chris Dewster and I'm the principal of Morwell Park Primary School. It's been an interesting year this year with COVID. Normally we do these with a live audience, but we're recording our parent pack today and hopefully we'll be able to get through all of this and provide you with enough information so that you're more than ready for the start of next year. So welcome. I'm assuming everyone who's seeing this has already enrolled and we're all excited and ready for our year ahead. Our mission at Morwell Park is for our students to realise their potential and improve the quality of their life by utilising their learning powers to be kind, gritty and focused in all that they say, make and do. We believe next year we'll have approximately 390 students with about 50 kids in preps. We'll have 3 classroom teachers and a number of ES support staff, and we work in what's called a flexible learning team. Our preps 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s and 6s are all involved in specialist subjects which are art, phys ed, Mandarin and technology. During that time, your children will be working with teachers other than their 3 classroom teachers. And our school day commences at 8:45 and finishes at 3 p.m. I mentioned earlier flexible learning teams. The big difference between how schools are now and how they were when I was a child, and possibly many of you, was that when I was at school, I had 1 teacher in 1 classroom. We know that to improve the outcomes for students, it's better if we're flexible and we have 3 teachers working with all of the children, and we work on student readiness, and we use a wonderful thing called ZPT, or Zone of Proximal Development. And what that means is we look at where the children are at and we work in an area that's around where they're at. So it's almost like the Goldilocks principle. So we try to make sure the pudding is not too hot, the porridge I should say, not too hot or not too cold, but just at the right level. And so for some students, the level might be here, and for other students, the level is there. And we try to work students at the level that they're ready to learn at. We also base our teaching on student interest. Now, for somebody like myself, when I think back at my time at school, I was heavily interested in sport. And so if the topic related to sport, it always engaged me. And so we look at topics that relate to children's interest. If you're a dog person, you like to work with dogs. If you're a cat person, you like to do learning around cats. And so we try to keep it within the realms of a child's interest. We also have a look at learning profiles, the way in which different children learn. Once again, if I reflect on my childhood, sitting at a table all day, every day, was way too difficult for me. I like to get up, I like to move around. So the best way for my learning was to have lots of mobile activities. And so we look at the behaviours and the learning profiles of our students, and we try to cater for their needs. We also do so with a very safe learning environment, an environment that's respectful and is comfortable for the children to be in. I talked earlier about our learning powers. Our learning powers are central to what we do here at school. We believe that if we can help our children to be kind, to be gritty and to be focused, and if they can have those skill sets, that they'll be well equipped for lifelong learning. And so when we look at kindness, we look at safe, a team player, a respectful and empathetic, understanding how other people feel. We aim for our kids to be gritty, which means they can be brave, resilient, passionate and determined. And we look for our children to be focused, which means creative, collaborative, motivated and inquisitive. If we can set all of those things up for your child, we know that that's the great way to approach their future learning. We'll be working on a thing called positive behaviour, or PBS. We're a PBS school. What that means is our students are explicitly taught how to behave through the Resilience, Rights and Respectful Relationships program. This program focuses on developing interpersonal and emotional skills and supporting students to understand cause and effect. In doing so, we recognise positive choices made by children, and they are awarded with a wonderful thing called dojo points, which you'll learn all about next year, which they can use to exchange for an assortment of rewards. Dojo points are almost like money. If you work hard, you may possibly earn more money, and if you earn more money, you can do more with the money. So with our dojo points, we reward positive behaviours, and children can exchange those dojo points for things of interest for them. Every year, we have a number of opportunities to provide feedback on how students are going. We have 2 formal reports that come out at the end of the first and second semesters, or the end of term 1 at the end of term 4, and that will explain exactly where your children are positioned in terms of our Victorian curriculum. We also have opportunities through Seesaw, which is an app that you'll be able to have, which provides ongoing feedback into how children are going. We also invite parents to contact the school at any point of time for an interview if required. We will be holding 2 formal interview sessions each year. However, once again, if parents require some feedback during the course of the year, just ring the school up and we'll arrange a time to meet with your teacher. During recess and lunchtime, we work on progressive development. As your child settles into school, we increase the boundaries. When we start in the first day, it's very restricted. We'll have teachers very close by. In terms of the prep teachers, will be with your children when they're outside during their daily breaks. And as the year progresses and the children better understand routines, such as what the bell means and where you go and line up, we increase their boundaries. Whilst the children are out in the yard, myself and other leading teachers and principals are always in the yard with the children, and we're linked up with communication so we can actually talk to the other teachers and talk to our first aid, and we're always in communication to ensure safety around the school. As you know, our school is very well fenced, so the only people in the school are the people authorised to be there. We also provide lunchtime activities and structured places for children to go. So if, for example, your child isn't finding people to play with, they know where they can go and find somewhere to spend their recess and lunchtime. Our prep teachers next year are Christina Jennings, Kez Tripodi and Lisa Di Maria, and they are supported by our literacy and our numeracy coaches and our wellbeing team. So our teachers are continuously coached as well, because we look at what our students are doing and we provide support for our children, working on the best outcomes for them. I'll hand over now to our prep teachers to go through your information pack. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you all next year.
Hi guys, I'm Lisa.
I'm Kezia.
And today we're going to go through what's in your child's pack. So on Tuesday, today, your kids will get one of these packs. It's got a learning booklet in there for them, and it's also got, in this plastic pocket, all of your information that we're going to run through now.
Great, so first you'll see that you have a timetable for the preps, and the preps will start school on Thursday the 28th of January. You will also notice that for the Thursday and Friday of that first week, it will be half days. To find out if your child is in the morning group or the afternoon group, they will either have a blue or a purple. So blue is the morning group and purple is the afternoon group. There are no Wednesdays for the whole of February. Our classrooms open at 8:30, students are dismissed at 3 p.m, and we enter and exit by the blue dots near the prep building.
Attendance. So the attendance is taken daily. If students are late, they need to get a late pass from the office. If students are absent from school, they need to be contacted through a note, a phone call, or a Seesaw message to the office. It is not okay to be away.
So all prep students will complete an English and maths assessment during their first few weeks of school.
Okay, so Chris did mention about our prep structure. So the preps operate as a flexible learning team. Your child does not have one teacher, they have 3 teachers, so they're very lucky. During work time, children can be working in small groups, zone groups, ability groups, interest groups, individually with an adult, and specialist groups.
Great, so the areas of learning that we cover are literacy, mathematics, technology and integrated studies. In literacy, it covers reading, writing, word work, speaking and listening. In mathematics, we do number, patterns, measurement, shapes and problem solving. And the technology that we use at school are netbooks, iPads and robots. And for our integrated studies, we do music, science, general studies and history, culture, and we go to the library.
School events. We have lots of fun things at Moore Park. So in term 1, we get to go to Inverloch Beach, and there's also a Meet the Teacher. Term 2, there's a farm visit and athletic sport. Term 3, we go to Old Gippstown, and there's a special art performance shows that sometimes come to the school. Term 4, we get to go to Melbourne Zoo and a whole school outdoor moe pool.
Great, so with packing our lunch boxes, the children are given lots of time to eat at school. We do recess and lunch. It's really important not to overpack. They really just need a sandwich, 2 snacks, a piece of fruit and a water bottle. Please make sure that the children can open their lunch boxes independently.
Uniform and hats. So we are a Sun Smart school, and hats need to be worn during term 1 and term 4. Hats can be purchased from Lowe's, which are about $13. School uniforms are available from Lowe's as well, Kmart, Big W, Target, and they don't need to have a logo, but logos can be done at 50 cents at school.
Great, so for communications, for updates, reminders and student work, you can go on our Facebook page, it's Moore Park Primary School Official, or you can see lots of updates on our Seesaw app.
Alright, first aid checklist. So as you can see, we need your bag, a school jumper, school hat, water bottle, and as Kezia said, 2 snacks, 1 sandwich and a piece of fruit. So what's going to happen is that students will enter via the blue dots. So the morning group comes at 8:45 and the afternoon groups at 12:30. That's for those first 2 days of school with our half days.
Great, thanks for watching everyone. We can't wait to see you next year. Have a safe and happy holidays.
If you have any questions, remember, message us on Seesaw.